Hi there, I am Sandy, and I am so glad you are here. If you are at a point in your life where you feel like you're meant to be doing something more meaningful with your work, but you can't quite figure out what that is, you're in the right spot. I want to offer you something a little bit different. The idea that we have to push harder, we have to build what we want to build just because that's how we accomplish our goals and our life. But what if we didn't have to do that? What if we don't have to push harder? What if what we need to do is really slow down so we can remember who we really are? For most of my life, I have known in my soul, in my spirit, that I am supposed to be of service, that I needed to be of service. This was never a question to me. What the question was for me, however, was I do what a lot of people do. I tried to figure out the answer of what that service was by using my head, by building something, by trying to achieve something, by trying to prove something and challenge myself. That's how I tried to figure out my form of service when I was younger, right? That's what I did. And I built the things. I built businesses and I got awards and I got the results. But clarity isn't about building or pushing harder. I figured out who I am and how to show up in my work. What my next steps were figuring out how to serve by slowing down, by taking the time to figure out myself again and remembering who I've always been. When I was younger, even when I didn't really know or have a language for it, whenever somebody would talk to me about their hopes for their work, their ideas and their dreams, I always was the one that would say, go for it, because I knew it was achievable. I didn't know why I was saying it, right? I just knew I needed to say it. I thought I was being supportive, but that thread of always wanting to support people in their dreams for their work was always within me. And when later in life, when I had the time, when the pressure was off a little bit and I had more space and more quiet around me, I started to remember that part of myself, um, the part of me that wanted to support people in living their work dreams, of showing up as their spirit wants them to. The part of not only myself, but other people, that you don't need to prove it. You just need to be who you are, who you came here to be, what's already inside of you. And it's just reconnecting and getting to know that person again. And that is when things started to make sense for me. I didn't always know where I was going, but the next steps as to where I meant to go, the direction I'm going, started to open up for me. So if you're feeling that pull, the sense that there's something more for you to do in your work, instead of asking, what should I build next? Maybe ask, what has always been true for me? What have I always cared about? How do I naturally respond to people? What makes me feel alive when I'm talking or speaking or conversing with people? And then give yourself the space for those answers. So, how do you give yourself that space? For me, it's alone time in the morning, just me and my cup of coffee for a few minutes. And sometimes it's in the dark. I just sit there, get up early, and just have some time to myself. And for me, it's also walking almost on a daily basis. And when I walk, It's by myself. So I used to always want music because I wanted to get the walking over with, right? I wanted to get it done as fast as possible because it was more like a physical thing for me. But now it's a mental, um, spirit connection walk for me. I don't take any music. I don't take any noise. It's just me. And it's almost like a walking meditation. I get my answers when I walk. But you need to find your way. Some people journal, um, some people, have a mantra or a meditation they use, whatever works for you. Just start to take the time, make a commitment to take the time to re-get to know yourself. And in order to do that, create some space, however you want to create that space. And that's where you start to get your connection. That is where you start to remember who you really are. And you'll start to be aware of your next steps. And anyway, it's about understanding who you are now and letting your work reflect that part of you. If you want a deeper way of working through this process, I have created something that helps people do exactly that, and I'll put the link off to the side in the description. Anyway, have a great day, have a great week. Cheers.